my name's Jocelyn and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be making an all-time Filipino merienda, pan de coco. It's sweet rolls filled with sweet coconut filling. So let's go on with it. But please don't forget to like and share and hit that notification button to get updated with my upcoming videos. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Here are the ingredients for the pan de coco. In this bowl, we have 4 cups of flour, 1 cup of warm milk, 3/4 cup of sugar, 1½ teaspoon of salt, and 2½ teaspoons of yeast, and ½ cup of vegetable oil. Into the bowl, we're going to add the sugar, the salt, and the instant yeast. Give it a stir. When we're using instant yeast, we don't need to bloom it. Blooming is when you mix the yeast into a warm liquid, either water or milk, add a bit of sugar to feed it, and let it bloom or until it becomes bubbly. But since we're using instant yeast, we're mixing it straight into the flour. And then we add the oil. And the warm milk. I'm not going to add it all right away. I'll have to see if it needs more or less. When we're baking products with yeast, sometimes most times we depend on what weather we have that day. Today seems dry and very warm, so I think we'll be needing more liquid. Just a bit at a time. Try to mix it until it comes together, and then we turn it out on the surface and knead it for about 5 minutes. So as you can see, I didn't use all the milk. I think just a little more. Prepared the mixing bowl where we're going to put the dough later and wait for it to double its size, and I lightly greased it with vegetable shortening. Using a dough scraper to take out whatever left in the bowl. And we're going to knead it for about 5 minutes. flour because it's going to be, or rather it's going to produce a dry dough. We want soft dough in our pan de coco. That it's too wet, you can add about a teaspoon at a time of flour. Making dough, when it's kind of wet and it's sticky, I use a dough scraper to help out with the kneading. We'll set this aside while we make the coconut filling. While waiting for the dough to get doubled in size, we're going to prepare the coconut filling. We have 2 cups of desiccated coconut, 3/4 cup brown sugar, 1 cup coconut milk, 1 cup water, 3 tablespoons of butter, and half tablespoons of flour dissolved in 1/4 cup milk. We're going to combine everything in the saucepan. The desiccated coconut, the brown sugar, the butter, the coconut milk, flour dissolved in milk. We can add it now or we can add it midway, but I prefer adding it now so the filling becomes creamy. Then we're going to cook this over the stove bit of vanilla. A bit now, and then towards the end I'll add another teaspoon. Here's the mixture for the coconut filling. We're cooking it on the stove. We'll cook it until most of the liquid has evaporated and the mixture has become a bit sticky. Stirring it once in a while to avoid burning at the bottom of the mixture. As you can see, the coconut mixture has thickened quite a bit. It's about ready now. We let it cool and then we'll form the rolls later. We're back, and here's the coconut filling. I've already cooled it down a bit, and I have divided the dough that I've made earlier. So for each dough roll, it's about 45 grams, and I filled it with a tablespoon of coconut filling. So form a disc using the palm of your hand. Fill it with about 1 tablespoon of coconut filling. Put it in the center and gather the sides and pinch it close. So that's the dough. Again, form a disc, flatten it out with your palm, and fill it about a tablespoon of coconut filling. Gather the edges and pinch it close. We'll continue everything to fill it with a coconut filling and then later brush it with egg wash and bake it. After filling each dough with coconut filling, you pierce it with a fork, dip in a little bit of flour, and cover it with plastic and let it rest for about 15 to 25 minutes before baking it. The oven has been preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're going to bake this for 10 minutes, and then we'll take it out and brush it with the egg wash and bake it for another 10 minutes more. After baking it for 10 minutes in a 350 degrees oven, we take it out and brush it with some egg wash, which is 1 egg mixed with a tablespoon of milk. And then we return it back to the oven and bake it for another 10 to 12 minutes more, or until it's golden brown. After 25 minutes in the oven, here's my pan de coco or coconut bread. It's soft and filled with sweetened coconut filling.